Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. What a day. What a day. Everyone's celebrating tariffs. Everyone thought it was going to be 10% yesterday. The market starts pumping. Bitcoin's at like 88.5. And then what? The billboard comes out. And all the tariffs aren't 10%. We're seeing 34%, 40%. And man, what happened to the market? Straight carnage. But you know what? It's all good. This was expected. All right. We knew this was going to happen. We know Trump is forcing Powell's hand to cut rates, and it's only a matter of time. Literally, we're getting so close. I've been saying April 9th. That was my prediction for when the bottom was going to be in. I follow a couple really good TA guys, and Crypto Cobra especially, with his pitchforks that he draws. They have been spot on. He can find where the algorithms are buying and selling. It's really interesting to see. And I was watching his outlook earlier today, and he had the pitchforks drawn on the ETH Bitcoin on the weekly, and pretty much said right here, this is it. Like, this is the bottom. He's like, I'm calling the bottom. If this isn't it, then I don't know what to say. The cycle's broken. ETH is dying. Who the hell knows? So I'm sticking to guys that have done this for years, do it for a living. And I'm going to stick to my gut and say, yeah, this is probably, hopefully, the bottom. We need ETH to start moving. You know, it just is what it is. And what the saving grace, though, is look at just right here. The Dow is down 3.3% today. The SPX, the S&P 500, 4.24. But Bitcoin and ETH, only 0.9%. So you're seeing crypto is holding a lot better than the stock market. And that makes me a little bit bullish. A little bit bullish. What up, Mr. Rock Jockey, Goo, Caparaga? Yeah, I just donked out of the free roll on R&R poker. Had to get focused for the stream, so I just started going all in. Didn't work out. KNG, appreciate you. Buy time is here. Yeah, bro, this is buy time. 100%. Just James, what up? Camo Joe, the man right there. Canada canceled zero tariffs. It's called the art of the deal. Dollar cost crypto is also calling it very, very close soon. Yeah. Better load up all the opportunities presenting itself. Once this is all over, we'll never see these prices again. Bro, what's funny is, like, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse saying this. Like, you got to buy the bottoms. Like, these are generational opportunities. And we keep rolling over again and again and again and again. But, like, bro, this is like stablecoin regulations are coming. Banks can custody crypto. They're starting to be able to sell crypto. BlackRock just got approved to operate in Europe. Like, it's starting to really, really, really come together to the point where I gotta stay bullish. It is what it is. Right now, the move I made getting out of the pizza guys, the PDI stuff, like, I'm done talking about it. All right. Do I want it to peg? 100%. More than anything. Would I love this to just die on Twitter? Everybody thinks it's dead, and then it comes back magically. But I don't think so. All right. There's some pretty damning evidence that's came out that was posted about Decentralized Me and 9iron. And I don't know the other person, Squire or something. I don't know who that person is. Were they lied to? Were they misled? Who knows? But it's kind of disappointing. I was a believer. It's such a big narrative, but it could have been. But you know what? I'm sure Richard has a plan. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I told you what I'm doing. I trimmed out of my Die Hard. I have like 2,000 coins left. So what's that now? Like $60, something like that. I have a couple thousand of Tropa and a couple 100,000 P die. That's it. Because tomorrow, if it pegs, this is where you got to be. All right. We all hope it pegs. And at the end, if you sell out of your bag, you always are going to say, what if, what if, what if? Man, should I have, if it did. So just own a little bit to where if it goes to 0, you're okay with it. And if it goes to $1 tomorrow, you're okay with it. So for me, that's 200,000 coins. If it goes to 0 tomorrow, cool. I'm at a couple $100. If it pegs tomorrow, allegedly I have a couple $100,000. I don't know. I think it was too good to be true, unfortunately. That it sucks, but time will heal all wounds. And moving into the OG Web Chef ecosystem has been the greatest move. I sold pretty much all my dominance. I'm holding 100 left. Oh, that's the thing too, is the teddy bear and wrap Bitcoin and a Tropa. Even though Richard holds a lot of supply of the wrap Bitcoin, I'm nervous now. So I sold all. I'm holding one. I pretty much got out of the wrap Bitcoin and I put it all into Beast, Remember, Mesor, and Gas Money. So those are printing. They're giving you like 1 to 3% a day in APY. It's wild. Look at this. Well, never mind. Sorry. Beast is tearing it up today. This was 13 hours ago. 6.2% daily ROI, 22% over 3 days, 37% over a week. It's not just printing. It's going full-blown turbo mode. Guess what? The price isn't collapsing either. Beast is $10 right now. I bought it at like $8.50 or $7.50. When I started selling, it was like $9 was my first buy, then down in the low 8s. And then yesterday I scooped some up. I want to say at like $8.90 maybe. Or $9, $8, somewhere around here. I bought another $100 worth. I think I have like 40 coins now. So I'm just trying to stack Beast. But I have way more I have the most in Remember. But this is just straight printing me almost 1.7 million pulse a day right now. And Mesor is printing me Finvesta. And then Beast is printing all the 3 of the above. It's kind of like Anki and Alien, where you get multiple. So you get Pulse, Remember, Mesor, and Gas Money. So you get 4 reward coins from Beast. So I love this shit. It's where I'm focusing now. And time to just move on. Most was pumping up to 6.5 cents. I think this is one of the really good ones. A lot of whales on this. So I added to my most bag and pump bag. And the XRP one. Because I just know XRP is going to take over. They're creating the problem right now. And you're starting to see it. Cracks of it about how if we had instant settlement, it would all be fixed. So they're creating the problem to roll in the solution, guys. If it already wasn't clear to you, it should be clear now. The markets are bracing for a recession. And guess what? This is when I brace to start buying. But unfortunately, I blew my load buying Pokemon cards. And thank God I did, because they're all up a ton. I'm talking every single case. I did not buy one case for above $800, which is 6 boxes. So that's like $125 a case. Or no, sorry, $135 a box or something like that. The cheapest case right now I have is $1,300. The most expensive Surging Sparks is like $1,900. I paid $650 for it in December. In 4 months, the thing's up almost 2x. So Pokemon cards are printing right now. And when the crypto bull market comes, it's going to be the blow off top. Everyone thinks the Pokemon market is dying right now. It's not. Bull runs don't end when people think they're ending. They end when everyone says it's going to last forever. But I mean, I don't know what's the deal. This is one thing that I don't understand. If the average tariff remains at 29%, inflation is expected to rise to 5 and 5.5%. Then they never cut rates. So is this just a threat with the tariffs? Who knows? It's Trump's art of war. But Zoop and the HBAR Foundation team up to acquire TikTok. Guys, if this goes through, holy shit. And I've been only telling you to buy HBAR for 3 years. Well, we got into Saucer Swap day one, bought the NFTs for the pre-sale. This could be huge. OnlyFans moving over to Hedera. Let's go. On April 5th, deadline to sell TikTok to a non-Chinese buyer. Well, the HBAR Foundation, hopefully this happens. Shout out Vets for shooting this over. I have not, bro. I got to do that. I got to get onto Sonic. My girlfriend's worried about it because I'm spending too much time around bottoms. Yep. Always come in at the bottoms. Got to. Who holds it? I think, bro, XRP, I believe, is just, it's one of the pump.fun things. So you can't, it was released on there. So it's not like it is one of the scam coins. It came from the pump.fun deployer. So let's check it out. I actually have never even done that. 641 holders. 11% is in a liquidity pool or something. 8% is sitting in a wallet that hasn't been active for 2 months. So I don't know if that's the that creator, founder. I don't know. But one wallet has 8%, one has 3.69%. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, I'm not even on page 1. Come on, that's some bullshit. My $100 is in the top holder. Man, but yeah, it's all good, bro. You don't got to worry about that one. Trump just said, don't worry, the markets are going to boom. Yeah, exactly, dude. This is all set up. Everything is so incredibly bullish. This happens, HBAR. Good Lord. But either way, HBAR on the other side of the world is ready to launch permission DLT called Hashsphere. In Q3, one of the current beta testers, Australia Payments Plus, which operates key Australian payments infrastructures and is a longstanding governing council member of Hedera. So guys, what have we been talking about for a couple of years? Hedera and the AUDD, the Australian digital dollar. Okay, Hedera has been working with them for years. And now this is the solution, a private ecosystem that settles basically on the mainnet. The DLT company sees a gap with the current permissionless and permissioned offerings. On the one hand, the challenge is for KYC and compliance. Additionally, institutions want greater privacy and control. At the same time, many are looking for a path to interoperability with stablecoins, an area where Hashsphere is positioned as a good example. So interoperability, guys, look, see how this takes such a long time. All right, I've been talking about this for years. All right. We saw, Gunzilla, that game on Avalanche. They built for 5 years and then spent a full year on testnet. So 6 years before they launched. So the people that are telling you, oh, it's been around forever, it's been doing nothing, don't listen to that shit. Like, really look into these companies and see, okay, if they're building a project of this caliber, it probably is going to take 5 years or so, if not longer. So to trial these things, to get them running, banks move slower than anyone. They will not change unless it's a guarantee. So these things, they takes that long. But by the time it hits the public or news breaks, it's already in the price. You have to be buying when no one was talking about it, when no one wanted Hedera at 3 or 4 cents. And I was here streaming about it, talking about all these partnerships, all the building going on, how there's no way this should be valued at 3 cents right now. But that's the world we live in. But it's going to change. The argument about compliance, privacy, and control are for those firms not comfortable with permissionless change. But without additional details, it's less clear how HashSphere will compete with existing permission change, although we can make some guesses. Hyperledger Besu is currently doing well in the institutional space because it offers a path to integration with the EVM. HashSphere can potentially compete because of its EVM-compatible smart contracts. So I'm not going to go through. I'm going to bore you guys to death. This is the shit that I love and I read every day that gets me excited. But it is what it is. Republic now. I remember INX. I remember getting an email in like 2019 for the pre-sale for this. And this was, I believe, Sergey Ivancheglo's company. Now what an interesting time to sell this. Now he can go all in on Cubic. I wonder if he's mentioned. Yeah, no, he's not. They didn't even mention him in here. But this is what's going to be massive. We're going to start seeing this all over the place, starting with Hedera and TikTok. Major acquisitions. Stronghold, I think, could be acquired by Stripe or Venmo, something like that. And that's now their way into the space. So that's what I'm looking for. And this is one thing that cracks me up. Ox's DEX aggregator Matcha expands to Solana with cross-chain support and plans to help users avoid meme coin rug pulls. Guys, this is such bullshit because the technology already exists. If people really cared, people would be using I forget. I sold my bag of it 2 years ago. Shit, I'm drawing a blank now at the name of it. But Ivan talks about it all the time. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank at what blockchain it is. But they have the ability that you can't pull rug pulls on that chain. It's not even an option. You can't have drainers on that chain. So they already have the security built in. So the technology is already there, but we don't use it because it doesn't matter. There's no accountability in the space. Do whatever you want, scam whoever you want, and come back the next day, and no one cares. So the fact that this stuff is already here and we're not using it just shows you how far from reality we are in this space. And when things are actually, when there's accountability, things are valued upon their utility, things will start to change. But until then, the wild, wild west is going to continue. But that's good, though, because there's opportunity. I want it kind of this way. Because in 5 years or so, you're not going to see the insane gains anymore. They're going to be gone. And GameStop raises $1.5 billion in convertible notes for Bitcoin buying spree. But guys, now they're only Bitcoin, Ethereum. What happens when XRP starts to shine or Hedera and they want to invest in Hedera? That's what's coming too, guys. When the ETFs come, which we are on the doorstep of, I think there's 20 companies trying to release an XRP ETF. That's what's going to bring the liquidity into the markets. So until those ETFs are ready, until legislation's here, and then Fidelity, Bank of America, JP Morgan, until they can sell retail crypto, I don't think we're going to boom. They want in on those fees. They don't want it all going to Uniswap and Robinhood and Gemini and Kraken and Coinbase. They want in on it. So I think that's what's holding this back right now. But we're so close, though. And the Circle IPO, I remember reading an article last year saying that Circle and Ripple were going to do a joint IPO. But it fell apart for some reason. And now Circle is going to go this year. And I think XRP or Ripple is going to in early 26. My gut tells me. But once the BlackRock exchange is up and running, you're going to see a whole host of companies come May or June listing on the New York and NASDAQ, said Mike Novogratz at the Ondo Summit in February. There are reasons to be bullish. Trump has promised to relax crypto rules and nominated a menagerie of industry-friendly candidates to government jobs to make it happen. We scoured public records to find out who's the most likely candidates to exit were. Venture capital data firm PitchBook also shared in. Circle IPOing this year. eToro, Dapper Labs, Consensus, Ledger, Ripple, Ava Labs, Chainalysis, World Network. I was going to say, where's Kraken? Because I got into shares of this on Link2 in 2021. I want to say for like $2 a share, maybe. I'll have to go back and look. But Kraken and Ripple and PolySign. But PolySign, that's the thing. Private equity is very risky. 10 grand went into PolySign. And guess what? They are not going to go anywhere. They have no customers signed right now. So that money hopefully is not a complete loss and it actually somehow gets returned. So even on Link 2, where they work with unicorn billion-dollar companies, there's still a risk in them. So as good as Ripple's going to do, it'll make up for it. But it still sucks knowing that could have went into something better. But you have to be able to take risks and accept the consequences and be okay with it. Circle paid $210 million in stock to acquire Coinbase's stake in the IPO filing. So they didn't even pay anything. They just issued stock. They just made it up and just wrote it out of thin air. I wish things worked like that in my world, where I could just create VibraCoin and give it to people for full market value. Uniswap DAO backs $113 million treasury delegation program to boost governance participation. So now, is this finally going to bring some life into the Uniswap token? Because as of now, it's been completely useless. So if they do something and allocate 18 million Uniswap tokens to 12 selected delegates, and then what? People can start earning yield, hopefully. Approximately, they'll receive 1 million units to incentivize their governance participation. An additional 1 million tokens will be given to top-tier delegates, which are determined by objective criteria, maintaining an 80% vote. Well, we'll see. I mean, that just shows you how much upside is still there. Like Bitcoin, they're trying to sell it to pension funds and retirement packages. Like that's the top of the line. And sovereign funds. It doesn't get any further than that. Uniswap, they still have so much to go where they can offer incentive to stake, offer yield. So guys, we're still early. Don't listen to people. And how this is more proof how it's going to be a multi-chain world out here. Japanese banking giant SMBC plans an Avalanche stablecoin. So Avalanche, along with gaming, is in with stablecoins. Collaborating with Ava Labs, the founder of Avalanche Blockchain. The bank will work with Japanese IT firm TIS and plans to conduct experiments in Q4 of this year or 2026 Q1 with a live issuance the following year. So 2027. And by that time, Axelar will be out there bringing interoperability to everybody. That's why I'm super bullish on Axelar. Another bag you got to get right now. Axelar, XRP, HBAR, if you don't have them. Get in. Right? They are the blue chips that are going to be here and talked about for what we're so used to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. In 5 years, it's going to be XRP, Hedera, and maybe Cubic or Avalanche or Sui, who knows? But it's not going to be what it is now. So you have to start thinking in the future. What's it going to look like? It's going to be a multi-chain world. As long as there's liquidity on a chain, you're good to go. As long as there's a community there, liquidity and building, the chain will be fine. That's how I think the future is going to go. So let's see what's bouncing back on the hourly. Velo bouncing back the hardest. But man, brutal day. Was freaking stablecoin mania last year too. Yep. You're starting to see it along out the media headlines are starting to talk about how all the corporate stablecoins are coming. And the one thing they're gonna a lot of companies like JP Morgan, they're all gonna have a private blockchain where they're gonna issue a stable coin. And if you open the JP Morgan app, you're a customer of them, you're gonna transact on that private network. But I believe they're gonna settle on public networks for certain things. And that is gonna be the XRP ledger. I know it is. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think spending 4.5 years doing this and looking for the alternatives, trying to find out how this could be wrong. Man, time to go put a huge long out on Velo right now. So this is where you go and you get onto Mexi or Bybit and you go put a long out. Because the downside risk from here, I mean, where's Velo going to go? I mean, we're at the low. We broke the previous low. So I think this is it, guys. Like tax season ends the 15th. I just have a feeling we've been on the bullish months last year. We always had the first 5-6 days of the month were typically red, and then we started to pump. So 2 more weeks, like this is it. I swear to God, the 2 more weeks, if we're not pumping and like, all right, the ETH Bitcoin ratio is off the bottom, like that was the mid-cycle low. If not, I might just go full-time Pokemon because this market is just being manipulated bad. Titan X, hell yeah, bro. Titan X is gonna do phenomenal. It's just so tied to ETH. When ETH is down, the leverage plays on ETH are gonna be down more. So I'm still a Morpheus whale. I'm still holding Titan X, still holding some Volt. And I got my couple more Lotus miners to claim too coming up that are actually now no longer in profit. So I'm just straight upside down. But I know that all that money is just chilling there in the buy and burn. Let's see what it's worth. So right now, all right, we're still under 100. 100 trillion Titan X circulating. So far, there's burned 126. That's awesome. Liquid is only 65 trillion. So almost twice the amount has been burned, and that's liquid. That's huge. So when we start to move again, whoo. And there's 4,451 ETH in there. So if ETH can get to 5K, that'll be $20 million in there. $24 million in there. That right here, along with the Dragon X and the Hyper Vortex, when all those get turned on, the ecosystem's gonna rock it, bro. So yeah, I'm gonna probably do just a stream on Titan X and the whole ecosystem soon. Maybe reach out to Mo, or Steve, one of the homies, see if they want to come on. But yeah, bro, Titan X is gonna do great. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Storage coin. Higher on AVAX. BioFi. Like, I'm still holding all of them. And they're all just coming down and down and down. It sucks, but exactly right. Savage buying opportunities. This is where fortunes are made. I could not have said it better, bro. Like, Sologenics was the feeling for me this cycle. When was it? In like August, September last year. No, October, somewhere along here. I was just buying like $100 worth every couple weeks, $100 worth, $100 worth. And like, I remember my last buy, just looking at Lindsay being like, this hurts right now. Like, this sucks buying Sologenics, but I know it's the right play. And literally within a month or two of that, it went from 7 cents to 71, 10x overnight. And when it pumps to 71 cents, that feeling of, oh, this is so painful, immediately goes to, why didn't I buy more? I should have bought more. And then you want to go FOMO in. It's crazy how your emotions, how they go. And ever since then, it's bled all back. But I'm in profit now. I don't care. Now that I bought my bag at sub 10 cents down at 7 cents, where I doubled my bag, I can afford to let this drop to 21 cents. I'm still up 3x. I don't care. I'm in this for the long term. It's a deflationary coin. So if I can buy a little more here and there, great. I'm going to keep my percentages of what I own is going to keep going up. And people don't realize it's deflationary, but this is the move to make. When it was dead down here, no one wanted it. And then that happens. And it's with everything, guys. It's with every single coin. And Titan X, look, how did we feel last fall when everything was launching? And we just straight pump. And now we're back down to where we were. And we're in the same move, but this next time, because so much supply is gone and all the dumpers are gone, it's going to allow us to go up way higher because the supply is in the hands of longer term holders and people that aren't just going to exit out the second that they're in profit. All right. Amen. We're getting blessed. Love it. I agree on Solo. Did you see texture chat? Yep. Exactly, dude. Yep. And that's the thing. You see little things like that, and you just get more and more and more bullish as time goes on. You just add that to the little list of stuff they have going on. And you just keep little notes. And it gets to a point where it becomes so obvious this coin's going to be a winner. And that's the same thing for so many of these blue chips. Block V, a phenomenal buy right now. This thing is, if you go to their website, if you never, well, I'll just go here now to Block V's website. So when we go to like a restaurant or something, you have a coupon for a free soda. Instead of like you just having an email saying 1 free soda, you're going to have like a bottle of Coke on your app that on your phone you can slide around. And when you redeem it, it's now empty. It's so cool, the stuff that they're building. And they're working with all the brands: Gucci, Ben & Jerry's, American Express, Pepsi, Lacoste, NBA, Burberry. Like everybody, guys. So the X Games, no way. Smart Media Technology. Yeah, all right, this is it. This is the company they own that builds all the solutions here. This is what I was looking at. Create connected experiences from TV to NFTs. Nope. I guess my internet's too slow to play a video. But come check this stuff out, guys. It's really cool. Like these are the type things we're going to start seeing. The apps on your phones where your coupons or your freaking flyer miles, all stuff like that. It's going to become way more hands-on with these apps. And you need to think, okay, what's the world going to look like in 3 years when all this stuff is out? Like I'm starting to see even on commercials, QR codes everywhere now. So much more than there were 2-3 years ago. And these guys are at the heart of that. Right? The founders of Block V literally created the first NFT ever. So, oh shit. So the fact that people are sleeping on Block V it blows my mind. And it's still at 2 cents. And it's like if I don't know what if you're into DeFi and the Richard Hart stuff that we are, if you want a balanced portfolio, what better way than to go to the centralized stuff that all the corporations are using, where government money is being spent to ensure these things thrive. So I don't see a better balance to a portfolio than these blue chips here, going with Titan X and Pulse Chain and Hex and stuff. And Block V's just been certainly on its dip. And yeah, even if, you know what, we might even come down to a penny and a half. But I'm out of NFTs now, so I that's what I was doing to buy it on Polygon. And it was great back last year where I could get like 80 or 90 coins per NFT. And the last one I did, I think I got 18-ish. So it wasn't much. I got around 10,000 coins from the NFTs. And that once I actually looked into it and saw the stuff they're building, was like, okay, now it's time to go hard into this. I don't know how much I have now, but maybe like 40,000, 50,000 coins. Wish it was more, but hey, you all got to start somewhere. 45,000 worth $1,000. Let's go. And then their partner too is Swarm Markets. Another one that I like. SMT, $5 million market cap. Block V's 80 million. Like, I don't know. That when I see you go and look at that website from Smart Media Tech and look at all the companies they're working with, the stuff they're building, it's so obvious. Oh, wow. I didn't realize the supply issue with Swarm, but that's why it's a lottery ticket for me. Volume's up 130% in 24 hours. And look at that. Bled from 90 cents down to 6 cents here. Look at that. Let's go. So 2023 started down at 1 cent, went all the way up to $1, did a friggin' 100x, 105x in 2023, 2024. And now we're back down at 6 cents. So if it did 100x before, you don't think we can go from 6 cents all the way to $2, do a 30x this time? I don't know. But definitely keep Swarm on your website. The gold standard for blockchain-based finance. Trade real-world assets on chain today. 100% asset-backed and compliant. Okay, cool. So you can now come buy MicroStrategies, earn yield on it. X Gold, NVIDIA. There's 4 million locked in Swarm. Like I would much rather throw a lottery ticket into this than some meme coin or some shit coin. I just sleep better at night. Look at that. You can buy Apple, NVIDIA, Tesla, GameStop, and you can swap crypto for it. How cool is that? So you want to buy some Tesla, swap USDC for it. This is what I thought Sologenics was going to be, honestly. This is what I thought exactly what Solo was going to be. Where you log out, you could swap Solo for some Tesla, but it looks like Swarm kind of beat them to it. But hey, they're on base and ETH too. I like it. Well, to me, when I see a website like this, it's like, all right, this shit's clunky as hell. But look at their partners: Chainlink, Fireblocks, Block Demon, Polygon, real world tokenization done right. Asset custodian, data trustee with institutional grade partners, regulatory compliance with SwarmX and a token holder wallet. Then to the regulated trading. New collateral for treasury management. Tokenize your own assets. Build your own marketplace. So, hey, I might actually get on here and buy a little bit of Tesla, because Tesla's going to be one of the AI leaders. And if just how meta Facebook was dead, and now look at them. Facebook's crushing. Same thing with Tesla. It's going to make a huge comeback. So maybe, yeah, well, once we have some profits in crypto, this is where you come and you swap into a stable, and then you come and you buy some stonks and you keep it on chain and you get rid of the middlemen. So for being centralized and sucking middlemen I think this stuff is pretty cool, in my opinion. But hey, who am I? So yeah, guys, there's some gems for you right there. Block V and Swarm Markets, their partner, sister company. Actually tokenizing this stuff, stocks on chain right now where you can go and buy them. It's up and running. It's not, oh, it's coming soon or someday. No, it's here now. They got limit orders, OTC settings. No way. Wow, you can make OTC offers if you're a baller. That's pretty cool. I like that. While we continue to welcome, read our announcement here. Oh, where was it? Man. The Swarm protocol enables users to create peer-to-peer transactions. Real assets. Go to SMT to learn more. No, I don't wanted that other tab. Gold lending is live with MetaStreet. Yep, got Swarm's a gem. There we go. Read our announcement here. Come what the hell? So I guess. All right. I guess that shit's a little clunky. Oh, maybe I was on the page. That's funny. All right. I'm out of here. Check this shit out. I wanted to save this for the end. I got the genie. So there's rumored to be 3 altcoins, 3 gems that are in here. And they will be released soon when the time is right. So I can maybe peek it. I don't want to give it away what's in there, but the 3 altcoin gems that Genie sent me in his actual lamp are in here. And I know what they are. So if you want those 1000x gems straight from the Genie's lamp, you better keep following. See you guys on the next one.